for the first time since Chris Giants has been on his home bench.
Right. I think he's excited. Look at him. He's got the crimson blazer on. He looks good.
He looks sharp. We're underway. Aggies in the whites. NAIA Northern New Mexico in the road blacks. Aggies looking for their 5th straight win. It's been a busy 24 hours for the Eagles. They played in Hobbs, New Mexico last night and then traveled in the night to Las Cruces. Floater is no good for Mario McKinney by Mark Howard Jr. for Northern New Mexico.
This is a business game, Adam. It's one of those games where you come out here and you take care of business and work on what.
The 3 is good for Damian Thomas, one of the players for the Eagles that does provide some size. The Aggies should have a huge size advantage today. Eagles open up in a zone, a 3 from the corner for Chi Avery.
It's going to be a chance for them to really prove themselves, what they can do out on the court, and those minutes that they're going to get in the bigger games are going to be dependent on games like this.
We'll probably see a lot of Clayton Henry today. You have to think for Henry action right now.
Yeah, he needs to get into a rhythm, and he needs to get his shot going because he's going to be big for the Aggies down the stretch.
Is playing today. How good was he down the stretch on Wednesday? Made some big buckets in the paint, helping the Aggies to the 3-point comeback win against Washington State in Pullman. Will McNair gets a post touch, posting up on Thomas. Inside, outside, straightaway 3 is off for Peak. Good box out there. Howard off the body of
what the Aggies are going to get all night.
Last time the Aggies played Northern New Mexico, they made 23s. They won by 74. That was 2 seasons ago. Mid-range jumper, Jafari. And here's McKinney in transition. Slings it out for Peak. Extra pass to Teddy Allen, who's still trying to find his 3-point shot recently. This could be a good game for him to find it. McNair will skip it. Here's Allen. He works his way to the rim. Dumps it off for Avery. Extra pass to McKinney. Good ball movement here, and they find Will McNair. Put back jam.
You get stuff at the rim.
This team is so unselfish, and we've heard Chris Giants say it and associate head coach James Miller say it. Sometimes they're too unselfish.
Right, right. They got open shots, and they pass it every single time.
Selfish, and I think Chris Giants has had that before. Thinking back, Sean Buchanan earlier, he's in attendance tonight. He's one of those guys who is always willing to make the extra pass. Offensive rebound again, a good start for Mike.
Him as well, for guys that get regular minutes and guys that don't regularly get minutes.
Peak is still looking for his first double-figure scoring game this season. He averaged 11 a game last year at Austin Peay. Ricardo Zambrano, he can really shoot it, misses that 3. Aggies ahead 7-3, just outside of 4 minutes in, half one here at the Pan Am Center. The Aggies playing their first home game in December. They're on the road.
That's a long road stretch for them. I'm sure they're happy to be back in Las Cruces.
Perfect 4-0 road swing. 3 is off for impressive road wins against LMU, UNM, UTEP, and then most recently against Washington State. Teddy Allen thought about it, passes it up against this zone defense. Allen in the key, back outside, Peak a straightaway 3, swirls off. McNair tips it to Mario McKinney. Let's see here on the replay.
Yeah, that counts as an assist, right?
That's a heads-up play for Will McNair. Mario McKinney Jr. So only 2 regular starters in uniform today. A really, really big game for Clayton Henry. And this is only his 2nd game in the Pan Am Center since the start of the 2019-2020 since Northern New Mexico. It was December 29th, 2019. He played well. That's when he came back from a hand injury and then re-injured the hand right after. Last year plus, he's been dealing with a foot in a couple of years, and if he can finish his career strong, that would be cool to see.
I think he can really stretch the floor, and the Aggies have needed that lately.
Henry's in the corner on the left side here. Teddy Allen has the basketball against this Eagle zone. McKinney a pull at baseline, fall away jumper. Henry crashing hard, New Mexico. They scored the first 3 today. The Aggies have since scored the previous 10. As Allen break, zigzagging into the front court, down the lane, and he's
college basketball player.
a couple local players are Northern New Mexico. Keyshawn Keys played at Centennial. His father, Billy's on the staff. We'll talk about that a lot today. Billy, a former Aggie great, associate head coach at Northern. Good dump off. A-Lock finds Mike Peak.
You get it right there on the free throw line, and it should be high-low.
And it helps, too, when you have post players who can really pass it. And even with Johnny McCants out today, the Aggies have a number of post players who are willing passers. Allen rumbles down the key. He's blocked again. Picked up by Howard Jr., who attacks the rim. Defended well by McKinney and Henry. Howard's down. 3 misses for Zan. Was the initial defender here as you get a second look. And then it was McKinney from behind. It looks like that was pretty good defense on both guys.
It looked clean to me. It's a hard fall.
Said he has struggled with his shot from 3 recently, but has been really good around the rim. That's where he got the bulk of his points Wednesday. Scored 18 against Washington State. A-Lock going to work on Thomas, and a good jump hook. The Aggies won by 74 against Northern 2 years ago. 104-30 was the final. That's a brick from Howard. He's led at the halftime break, 60-12. They made 23s for the game. It was the largest margin of victory in program history in that matchup 2 years ago. Mid-post Peak, baseline A-Lock. He had a look at the rim, but sent it back outside. They'll lob it to him. He gets a second look, and he taps it through. And a timeout is called by Northern New Mexico and their head coach, Ryan Cordova, who also serves as the athletics director at Northern New Mexico. This is a school that is in the northern part of the state, of course. It's in Espanola, about a 4.5-hour drive to Las Cruces, and their schedule was interesting because they played in Hobbs last night, Joe, at the University of the Southwest. They won that game by 8. They had a bus last night to get here and then play an early game today, which that's hard on the legs, especially for the post players, the bigger guys on those buses.
Yeah, that's a tough bus drive, but that's kind of what they go through the whole year. I've known guys that have gone to Northern and say that exact thing. And a drive from Hobbs to Cruces is not the prettiest drive in the world. I've done it a few times. Official
Ronnie Hernandez thought he was going to inbound the ball. That's Joe Satterfield who's getting ready to check in. Turnaround jumper from the elbow. Misfires for Weaver, but it's tapped out to him along 2, way short. Eagles will stay in the zone defense. Foul line McNair looking for A-Lock. It wasn't there. Now they'll rainbow lob it to him. A-Lock outside for McKinney. The defense by Keyshawn Keys. The 3 is shallow for Williams. The second tap is good. Three for Harris off the back rim. Henry taps it, collected by Thomas. Stays with the Eagles. They're not gun shy one bit. Quick release, McKinney. Lob for A-Lock, and it's tapped away by, as that was a practice one day when Lou Henson was around. Chris Hughes, the blame goes on the coach first, and then you second, because you're my point guard. And Billy, in a podcast we had with him a while back, said, I really, really expect a lot out of my point guards because that's what Lou Henson did with me, coaching at Illinois. And then when the opportunity came up to transfer, because he was at Northeastern Illinois, which disbanded athletics after Billy's sophomore year. So he had to go somewhere to play. And him and a handful now, Keyshawn Keys, who played his high school ball at Centennial. He's at the top of the key right now. A 3 from the corner is an air ball for Thomas. McKinney. He'll slow it down a little bit. Trailer is McNair. He's looking to shoot a 3.
I like the patience.
Avery.
I like the patience the Aggies have. McKinney could have shot it, get it down to the middle, and you get out a kick-out 3 like this.
And A-Lock can shoot it.
He's versatile. He can go down. He's got the little jump hook. He can shoot the set shot 3. He's a good player.
He might be one of the most skilled post players the Aggies have had in quite some time.
I'm sure Yvonne would have something to say about
Yeah,
that one.
that's true. I was even thinking of Eli Chua, Joe.
Yeah, Eli can hoop too. Eli's left hand was really good.
Williams for three. That's an inside-outside triple that pinballs off. Keys for three. That's Billy's son, Keyshawn Key. Chi-Chi Avery. Aylock has a much smaller defender on him there. He goes with a sky hook. Offensive rebound for Avery. Double team comes. Bounces out for McKinney. 10 to shoot for Mario McKinney. And a foul is called on the arc. We saw Jarrell Satterfield earlier this year. He did not play in that particular game when.
A little confusion. What's going on with it? Inbound.
Rashawn Cotton is on the floor for the first time for the Aggies. Number 12 in white. He's in the left corner area. Three for Williams. Avery tracks it down. Fresh 20.
Aggies really crashing the offensive glass. They have a size advantage. They should crash the offensive glass.
Williams can't. Northern New Mexico hasn't scored since taking an early 3-0 lead. Avery wipes it off of over 11 minutes for Northern.
And when the Aggies get the ball inside, I'd like to see some guys on the opposite side cut. You got a lot of guys standing around in the zone. Got to cut to the basket the same.
Couple of weeks. Peak with a steal. No numbers, so he will slow it down. Here's Henry, rhythm three. That's a good look for Clayton Henry.
They can stretch the floor.
First points this season for Henry, playing in his third game. And he almost trying to find his rhythm in his return to the lineup. Aggies ahead by 21. California. Henry only played 16 combined minutes against LMU and Washington.
It's the second shot that they've made.
10 of the 17 field goal tries here.
Even game to game, since the first game that I watched.
Harris thought about it, penetrates, reverse layup is no good. Foul on Henry, perimeter defender for the Aggies. That is what he is in the game to do, is guard the arc.
He's maybe a step behind, but by the time conference starts, I think
Nate Pryor would play because he's another guy.
And they're going back to a man-to-man now. It doesn't change. Throw it down to Will.
Yeah. Has a much smaller defender on him. That's Weaver defending McNair. He catches the lob. Weaver's only 6'7", McNair 6'10", poked away, loose. McNair gets on the floor, hands it off to Peak. Shot clock is still low, it's at 2, Peak for 3. And Henry keeps the possession alive. Splitting defenders, Allen.
Crashes the offensive glass right here. He's just a big body. Keep the possession alive.
Cotton will trigger in. Allen was wide open, reverses it home. 18 points per game. What I think is more impressive, though, is he leads the Aggies in rebounding. He's averaging 7, and that will make Chris Jans very happy.
Yeah, he's another guy that's just a lot bigger in person than he looks on paper. And he gets in there, and he's not afraid to get in there and rebound.
He's been defending well. He's been a good passer. The area where he struggled at times is with his shot from the arc. Here's a three-pointer for Cotton, that's no good. Long rebound to McNair. Put it on the deck. Cotton again. Jab step into 3, that's good.
A little weight off his shoulders right there. Got to see it go in one time.
He got such a late start. He was a late addition in October. He arrived on campus the day of the inter-squad open scrimmage and just never really had time to get his feet wet. He was thrown right into the mix immediately. Peak had it blocked partially. And the Aggies led the Eagles by 48 at the halftime break 2 years ago. They lead by 22 right now. Allen bounces for McNair, and he stuffs it home. That's 4 helpers now for Teddy Allen. Rice is not sitting down as we get a second look at the McNair dunk. I think the Aggies, he was very vocal during warm-ups earlier as well.
And just because you don't dress out doesn't mean you can't be a coach.
He's a coach on the floor, so no surprise that he's trying to coach off the floor as well. Slipping is A-Lock, he catches, good catch. Can't finish, but he will shoot 2.
Yeah, and they're in this man-to-man, just a simple pick and roll, throw the pocket pass. It's a great pass.
A-Lock, the grad transfer from New Zealand, a little too heavy on the back end. Northern New Mexico 5-2 in games that have counted. They've also played a lot of exhibition games. Another 3, and this one swishes in, foul. Allen defended by Jafari. Going to work on him. They're not shy from the arc, Joe.
They shouldn't be. It's an exhibition game for them, but these guys want to win too. Anytime you play a team that's in New Mexico, you want to win that game. And they're going to come out here and shoot the ball. They have nothing to lose.
Teddy Allen, a 91% free throw shooter. This is where he has really excelled this year. We're at 7 boards per game. The Aggies pick up the pressure. Quick catch and shoot 3.
Go kid. Who this game means something to this New Mexico.
Kirky. The 201-pound sophomore makes all 3. In, you at A-Lock, Teddy Allen, Clayton Henry, and Chi-Chi Avery right now for the Aggies in the white with the ball. And Allen had to go off his leg.
Somebody else's place, and you beat them like that, you just feel so great about it. You know, playing right back, everything is just so much better.
3 is off for Howard. Vocal after that win about the talk in the media that the accent pretty, but there's also something to be said about finding a way, and that's what they did during the road trip.
Yeah, schedule is big to get those wins. And yeah, like Coach Jan says, hasn't been pretty. What do you say? They're playing like he looks?
Yes, that's what he said, yeah.
Yeah, they've been playing like that. I can say that. At SFA, those same situations, State, we've been here. UNM, we've been here. UTEP, we've been here. And you go out there and execute and win the game.
Teddy Allen now has 3 of his 5 points from the free throw line. Lead grows to 19. It's been as high as 24, and Northern New Mexico, Thomas again. McKinney outside for Williams. The trailer is Allen. Stampedes down the key, can't finish, but more free throws.
Just like that. That's what the Aggies need to do on the other side as well. Interesting.
Damian Thomas 2 years ago in this building had 10 points.
Just didn't really pick it up at an early age, but now look at
35 left here in the first half. Great to have you with us today. The first of 2 straight home games for the Aggies. Right arrows on the line. Allen slings it out. Henry. Williams missed a couple threes earlier. He'll bounce it out for Allen. From the corner, pinball's off. That's his floor 2 hours before tip today. Getting shots up with associate head coach James Milley working tirelessly. Are getting that 3-point shot back as he fires again and is way off wide right on this one. A-Lock keeps it alive. Allen to the rim, blocked away. He wanted goaltend. Jafari on the other end. No foul called here. Henry has it poked away, dives on the floor trying to grab it.
There, he's really getting to the basket, being real aggressive. That's a good block. Good block by Damian. But Teddy needs to continue to be aggressive because they're going to need that down the stretch.
For 18, his 3-point percentage has dipped to 30% for the year. Now he does shoot a lot of threes, so the number's high. He had 74 attempts in the first 11 games. Henry with the steal. He has McKinney behind him. Henry will attack. Layup no good. Put back for Mario McKinney. Howard off balance, and he travels with.
And there's a nice steal by Clayton. Just couldn't finish at the rim, but Mario's there. Wow, he did get. Yeah, he did get
he
really
get
high.
Up there. Size. McKinney's one of the best leapers on the team, along with a guy like Chi-Chi Avery. Those two can really get up. McKinney, a pitch out for Henry. Swirls off the three. High rebound collected by Alok. Williams fires. He's had so many threes where it's down and then pops out of the cylinder. Alley-oop attempt is a little too high for Jamal Harris. Be surprised.
That lob wasn't too far off.
McKinney will reset. About 7 seconds is the difference between game and shot clock. Alok reversal slips in.
Aggressive because he's dumping it off to him every time for layups. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see as much of Teddy in the second half.
Howard down the key, runs over Henry, no call, and he lays it in. So the Aggies getting to PT for everybody, and a guy like Chi-Chi Avery who knocks down a three there. Mike Peak, a lot of minutes in the first half, and Mario McKinney as well. There's a number of reserves who needed these minutes they're getting so far today.
Yeah, it's important for them to play hard, do what they're supposed to do, so that they can try and get on the court for those 4 or 5 minutes when they need them down the stretch. And guys have been playing good. It's kind of an up and down game. Both teams running a little bit of zone, a lot of threes, but guys are trying to find their rhythm.
Yeah, 17 three tries for the Aggies. For Sean Cotton, his first made field goal as an Aggie. Northern New Mexico has attempted 15. Big slam there for Will McNair. And after a slow start, the Eagles kind of settled in a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, they started to get to the basket. The Aggies just not really great on defense, and they got into a rhythm themselves.
Damian Thomas was 7 for Northern New Mexico.
You can see they're still executing at a high level.
Aggies will start half two with Peak, McNair, Avery, McKinney, and Allen. They go inside early, and it's a jump hook that falls Philadelphia. Northern New Mexico went into an 11-minute scoreless drought after their first 3 points of the game. Thomas, a step back three, that's a brick. Then they zooming ahead, McKinney lobs it for McNair. Back outside for Peak. McNair could not get a clean catch on it. Operating here in the short corner, double team comes, jumps to pass out of it for Peak. Offensive rebound, Allen. 3-point woes continue for the Aggies. Allen looking for a cutter. There wasn't one, so McNair will heave. Offensive rebound, McKinney.
Aggies dominating the glass. They're just bigger, stronger.
They've been a good rebounding team again this year. Not as good as Christians compared to others.
He's had some guys that could really rebound the ball too in his time here.
Nobody better than Jamario Jones. Allen pokes it away. Earlier today, got some brief action late in the Rockets' win earlier today. You never got to play with Trev, correct?
I didn't get to play with Trev. I talked to him multiple times. He can really play. He's a 3-and-D guy, and that's what the NBA is made out of. Long guys that can shoot the three, and he's exactly that.
Tough catch there for Avery, defended by Howard. Chi-Chi using his length. Into the hands now of Peak. Had a great start to this half.
Can't dig themselves into holes like we saw the last few games.
Dug themselves in a huge hole Wednesday and somehow clawed their way out of it. There's a right-handed hook early for Aggies points in half two.
Teddy Allen filling up the stat sheet with other than points.
It's good for Jafari. Teddy's flirting right now with a triple-double. 7 points, 6 helpers, 5 rebounds. Queen almost had a triple-double against this Northern New Mexico program in this building 2 years ago. Speaking of Trev. Allen down the lane, and he stuffs it over Thomas. Oh, what a...
Good kick out, patience.
Saw that one coming a mile. Out of Phoenix will convert on the three-point play. Allen trying to thread the needle. That was a Jason Kidd kind of a pass right there. Couldn't thread it. Howard throws it away, stolen by Allen. Trying to stay under control. Left-handed feed. Oh, what a pass by Teddy Allen.
Plays that are going to get him into a rhythm. He's kind of that player, a big dunk, a nice flashy pass. He's got a little hop in his step right now.
10, 7, and 5 for the Nebraska transfer. Dump off by Zambrano, and he finds Thomas. He missed the jam, and then he couldn't put it back in. Mario McKinney will slow it down. Feeds it off, mid-post extended for McNair. The big man's had a good half. That's a fall-away jumper. He is a
big Philly. I didn't know he had the fadeaway in his game. I didn't know he had that.
Well, he showed off the three-pointer earlier this year. Apparently he has that in his toolbox. Tyreek Weaver, full figures. Teddy Allen, the Wizard, putting on a show. Might see her in Sports Center tonight. Over Damian Thomas, who is 6'8" and long. And Teddy Allen right in your living room, dunking over. Foul shot for Weaver. Can't convert the three-point play after making the do. McKinney, Avery, Peak, McNair, and Allen. There's a reverse slam for.
That's special.
Yeah, he might be able to get up better than anybody else on the team. He might be. And he's only a freshman. Follow-away jumper, baseline is good. You at Elock, who had a good first half, is getting ready to check in for the Aggies. Still interested to see how much more we're going to see of Teddy Allen. Can't imagine he's going to go a whole lot longer, given the way the score is right now. Wide open McNair, mid-range jumper. Thought about it too long. Weaver pushes for Northern New Mexico. Too easy there for Tyreek Weaver. For Chris Giants.
The game picking up pace a little bit, back and forth now.
Here's Jared Perez. Leaves it for Zambrano. Quick release, high rebound McNair. You can tell McNair wants to shoot that when he catches, and he's pretty open there in the arc.
They're giving him the ball.
Inside outside for Allen to the rim. He's bumped. They'll count it. And we'll give.
Oh, Chichi Avery here. Wow.
And Allen with the three-point play. Teddy with those 7 assists today. Elock had a great first half. 14 and a half won. Outside to Avery. Avery goes away from the ball screen. Trying to bounce it for Peak, and he bangs it off the knee. He knows one level, right? I mean, he's going to coach his tail off, whether he's up 25 or it's a one-point game. Allen, another hard move, and one again for Teddy Allen. After he converted on this layup right here.
He has that ability to finish. He's very awkward. He jumps off the same foot and finishes with the same hand.
Yeah. I think the Aggie bench. Part of this, too, Joe, is Teddy's still trying to find that rhythm offensively and get that shot back. He's only attempted 2 threes in the game.
Yeah, and that's how you get it back, is getting to the basket, see the ball go in, get some free throws, and then all of a sudden the basket looks a whole lot bigger.
Here's Keyshawn Keys, the son of the former Aggie great Billy Keys. Skips out of it. That beats the timer. A 3 for Trucis. Won a state title for Centennial when Billy Keys was one of his assistants.
It's great to see guys like that get a bucket here in the Pan Am. A lot of guys on the court that I played with or played against and asked me questions about what it was like to play in the Pan Am, and now they're getting their opportunities.
Backdoor feed to Elock. Traveling violation on you. Those days, Joe?
Yeah, I miss those days all the time.
Those were the easiest days of your life, right? You're playing basketball, people are kind of catering to you.
Recognize you or something like that. They were fun. They were fun. I definitely wish I could go back and keep playing and experience that. But I love to see other guys experience it.
Keys off balance, misses the layup. McKinney lobs it for Henry, tough catch. And then Keys can't catch it on the other end. 12-12 left.
I was playing for free. I don't know what I was doing out there 2 years.
Yeah.
Just playing for fun.
We'll have academics check on that just to see. Chris Jans would take you back. Steal by Satterfield. Good body control. Layup on the other end. 14 here in half two, and they finished the final 10 minutes of half one very strong. Mike Peak to the rim. Help defense there. Stays patient. Missed the floater. And it leaks out to Keys. And Northern's done that a few times. 41, the Aggies ahead by 23. Great player here, and somebody wanted to talk about his Aggie playing days, and he said, man, I'm an old cat. He goes, we don't need to talk about that. He's like, that's years ago.
It's not that long ago. He's 51 now. I saw him yesterday, and he could play. He could play. He likes to tone. He likes to, you know, play it down like it wasn't special to him, but it meant something to him.
Pass by Henry. 2 free throws coming up for
11th, and McCarthy was the coach. He said it was good.
Yes, a few NBA guys there. And the Aggies had a couple guys that played in the NBA. There's Billy's son, Keyshawn Keys. Contested 3 for Weaver. Mario McKinney with his 12th rebound of the game. That's the point guard. He pointed that out during the commercial break. His college career at Missouri. And transferred to John A. Logan.
He's very athletic. He plays with great pace.
A lot of similarities between the two guys. Mike Peak, one-handed dunk.
Oh, and just a real steady point guard. Could change his speed. Was super quick with the ball.
Here's Keyshawn Keys drills the triple. The NBA now. A.J. Harris is playing very well overseas.
Yeah, he's playing really good. He's playing really good. Just scoring the ball, distributing the ball. He's grown up, and he's a real pro now. He's a real pro.
Inside outside for LeVar Williams. Hesitation initially. Low post drop to Alok. Inside outside for Sean Cotton. Cuts. Mid-range jumper with 2 on the timer. Shallow. Collected by Harris. Jamal Harris the burst. Quick move to the rim, and Mike Peak landed home. Very weird landing here. Look at this. Awkward landing for Peak. So he's going to head off, and he'll limp off a little bit, but looks like he is okay.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. This is not the kind of game where you want guys to go down like that. And he's playing hard, trying to get that chase down block. That's what he does. Athletic guy, runs the court. So we hope he's all right.
Jamal Harris, a Chicago home. Jared Perez from Chihuahua, Mexico. Madrid, Spain for the Eagles. They're out of Espanola, New Mexico, NAIA school. This is an exhibition game for them. Step back 3, Henry, way off. And Keys collects. 74 in this building 2 years ago. December 29th, 2019. It was the largest margin of victory in program history. The Aggies made 20 triples that day. Harris couldn't catch it. Scooped up.
Quite 20 triples today. They've shot about 20.
Cotton a step back 3. Alok wisely doesn't reach over the back of Hernandez. And then Cotton got his hand on it. Ryan Cordova trying to call a timeout. The head coach dunks. We've seen some highlight dunks. This one came from Mike Peak. 8 points on 4 of 10 shooting for Peak, looking for his first double-figure scoring game this year. This was an athletic move by Chichi Avery, who earned a start today because the Aggies are resting a handful of players. And this was the best one, Joe. Teddy Allen dunking over Damian Thomas. That he's done for the day. It is a quick turnaround. We'll see if the Aggies rest some players again on Monday. It might be a little harder to do against Division II UT Permian Basin.
Aggies going to a 2-3 zone right here. This is something that they've been trying to work on.
That 3 barely grazes the rim for Keys. Strong rebound offensive for Jamal Harris. Steal out of the key. LeVar Williams. And Williams will go to the free throw line for 2.
Good steal, good strong move. And he's got a chance to get on the board. I think he's the only Aggie that has
that right here. 5 have come from 3 for LeVar Williams. He was an outstanding high school scorer in Massachusetts, 28 a game as a high school senior in Dorchester, Massachusetts. Home games because of COVID protocols. A lot of guys for A-Lock, 10 for McNair. And that 3 is good for his. Allen is back in, and he fires a 3, and he drills the 3.
Let him know he wasn't quite there yet, wanted to get a few more up. That one goes in for him.
Allen has been in double figures now in every single game this year. Scooped up by Vershawn Cotton. If he hurries, the Aggies have numbers. Bullet pass quickly in the corner for Avery. Couple of jabs, looking for a ball screen. He'll get it from A-Lock. Foul line jumper, rims in. Chi-Chi Avery, the friendly bounce. Avery, A-Lock, Cotton, Henry, and Allen right now for Chris Jantz's team. Weaver, pull-up jumper, drops through. This, and not develop any bad habits or bad tendencies.
Right, you want to work on the right stuff. You want to work on the good stuff.
You wouldn't expect to see many, if any, minutes. That's Cameron Crawford, the walk-on. Even Vershawn Cotton has had a pretty successful career at other stops at Akron and LIU, and Vershawn hasn't played much this year. Eagles still in that zone defense. Aggies will chuck it around the arc for Allen. 19 points, 7 helpers, 5 rebounds for Teddy. Looking for another assist right here. Henry, too strong on the 3. Quickly ahead for Harris, and he misses the dunk. Wise choice by McKinney not to meet him in midair. Avery from the corner, bingo.
I'd really like to see Clayton get a few more up, try and get into that rhythm. Aggie's in like a 1-3-1 little trap right now. And Clayton looks like he's banged up.
He's able to walk off pretty much on his own power. Yeah, just banging knees right there. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign. He seems to be walking all right. But yeah, like you said, everyone kind of holds.
Resilient through it all. Most guys would have moved on by now, but Henry still looking for that final opportunity. McKinney to Williams. Teddy Allen with it from the corner. Shoots a 3 over the defender. Avery taps it to himself. He has a career high 12 today. Williams triggers. And M State now 6 for 27 on treys. And that one is thrown to nobody. Zambrano is cutting.
And we've seen this. Teams are going to come out in zones because of that 6 for 27. Because of that, teams are going to play zones, not just Northern. You're going to see some other teams in conference that might come out in the zone out of a timeout. The Aggies just have yet to prove that they can score.
And to that point, too, I think they still haven't had that game where they knock down a bunch of shots. And you feel like that game might be coming where Teddy Allen goes out there and is very successful from the arc, and a number of guys who are proven shooters in the past make a bunch of shots for you.
We were hoping it was this game. It could be next game, and you never know. It could be a big game on the road. You just don't know. Guys got to just stay in the gym and keep shooting the ball with confidence.
You can save it for Grand Canyon and Stephen F. Austin. Right?
That'd be nice.
Those would be the good games to do it. Rebound number 7 for Teddy Allen. You can tell Mario McKinney's trying to make the right decisions right now. He's trying to be patient, play within the offense. He's been a scorer pretty much his entire life. It's the top of the backboard on his 3. On it slipped. Perez finds Damian Thomas, and he'll flush it. Really feel out what Chris Jantz wanted from him. And Mario McKinney's still in that learning stage right now. Allen finds Avery. 15 for Chi-Chi. 8 helpers for Teddy.
Tonight, he's really making some good passes. Guys are open for 3. And Avery knocks that one down.
Teddy Allen just loves being out there. He just wants the ball. Thomas, a dump off. Rims off for Weaver. He'll shoot. It's for the transfer from Nebraska. senior out of Dallas, 6'7". Cameron Crawford is in Mexico. He's in the left corner right now wearing jersey number 20. Joined to the floor by Avery, Cotton, Peak, and Henry. Henry for three. It's an air ball. I think these are...
Yeah, guys get a little ahead of themselves and want to get some shots up.
Athletics director at Northern New Mexico. They launched their athletics department in 2005. Traveling violation on Perez. Played in Hobbs last night, came here today. Rashawn Cotton bounces off the defender and still finishes. Here's Mohamed Jafari, transfer from New Mexico JUCO. He's from Iran. 6'5" junior guard. Feeds it to Thomas, down the lane. A little too strong off the backboard. Rebound for Henry. And a jump ball is forced. Possession will stay with North. 5 left. Keyshawn Keys just checked in for Northern. 3 Aggies in double figures today, led by Teddy Allen with 19. Cotton for 3. Good crash there. Chi Avery sticks it back in. Scoreless in 3 of the previous 4 games. He has 17 points today, 8 rebounds as well. He's made 3 threes on his 6 tries. He's a guy who's still trying to crack this lineup consistently. Second made. Side note with that too, Mary Henson is, I think this is a good game for her to come and see because she loves Billy Keys just like her husband Lou did. And she gets to see Billy today and also see her beloved Aggie. Rashawn Cotton now with 8. Bill was sitting in the stands watching the game with Mary Henson. I know Aggie fans will love to hear that. Nobody in front of Tyreek Weaver. Clear path to Cotton again. Why not? He's heating up with 11.
Aggies did some good things.
5 Aggies in double figures as Cotton reaches that milestone. Follow-away jumper wide left for Jafari. And Cotton will dribble it out. The Aggies will win their 5th in a row and improve to 10-2. Good to be back home. First home game in 17 days for the Aggies. Final score is 93-60. The Aggies have now won 7 of their